Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What you are about to witness is the absolute pinnacle of gaming YouTube. Nowhere on the planet will you find a better gaming YouTuber, I swear. And now, with your host, Jibba73, the DoubleEShow! Dude, can I have $5 now?
What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the DoubleEShow. It's Moving Mondays. American Truck Simulator. It is Christmas Eve. So if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. If you celebrate Hanukkah, you are in the midst of Hanukkah, I believe, so Happy Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you're celebrating it with family, friends, and loved ones. In this episode, we are going to haul toys from Cheyenne, Wyoming, to Stratford, Texas. And while we're driving, we're going to talk about Christmas, because that is the holiday that is on the calendar for tomorrow, and it is the one in which I will be celebrating. So let's get her in gear here, and let's head out. So a little history of Christmas. Now this is going to be difficult. I'm going to try reading while driving, so this should go real good. Christmas is both a sacred religious holiday and a worldwide cultural and commercial phenomena. For 2 millennia, people around the world have been observing it with traditions and practices that are both religious and secular in nature. Christmas, Christians celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Christmas Day as the anniversary of the birth of Jesus of Nazareth, who was a spiritual leader whose teachings formed the basis of their religion. Popular customs include exchanging gifts, decorating Christmas trees, attending church, sharing meals with family and friends, and, of course, waiting for Santa Claus to arrive. December 25th is Christmas Day and has been a federal holiday in the United States since the year 1850. I haven't been celebrating it quite that long. I'm not that old. Okay, and let's see, we're taking a right up here. So get ready to swing a little wide. Make this corner. Got the curb a little bit. It's an ancient holiday. The middle of winter has long been a time to celebrate, a time of celebration around the world. Let's see. Centuries before the arrival of the man called Jesus, early Europeans celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. Many peoples rejoiced during the winter solstice, when the worst of the winter was behind them, and they could look forward to longer days and extended hours of sunlight. In Scandinavia, the Norse celebrated Yule from December 21st, winter solstice, through January. In recognition of the where is it? In recognition of the return of the sun. get out on the highway here. Oh. Getting ready to exit right here. Come over nice and easy. And slow down for the on-ramp. And put on my signal to merge out. So I do have the frosty weather mod enabled. That's why you see some snow on the ground. Speed limit is 80. And if I can keep it on the road, we might hit that. Keep it in my lane as well would be really, really nice. Let's if I can set cruise control at 65, I'll be happy. Here we go. 66 works. And we'll put it in 18th. Alright, and okay, so a little wind to the road. Okay, fathers and sons from Scandinavia would bring large logs which they would set on fire. That would be the Yule log. The people would feast until the log burned out, which could take as many as 12 days. The Norse believed that each spark from the fire represented a new pig or calf. Geez, I'm all over the road. That would be born during the coming year. This is going to be, I told you this is going to be fun. Trying to read to my left with the monitor to the right. The end of December was a perfect time for celebration in most areas of Europe. Let's do this. Get rid of them side mirrors. I don't need it right now. At that time of year, most cattle were slaughtered, so they would not have to be fed. Boy, I'm all over the road. This is going to kill me. Be fed during the winter. For many, it was the only time of year when they had a supply of fresh meat. In addition, most wine and beer made during the year was finally fermented and ready for drinking. So, there you go. That's them Europeans for you. Okay, hanging to the speed limit, very good. Maintaining as much of the highway as I possibly can to go straight. In Germany, people honored the pagan god Odin during the midwinter holiday. Germans were terrified of Odin, as they believed he made nocturnal flights through the sky. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Nocturnal flights through the sky to observe his people. Woohoo, going straight. Okay, very good. And then decided who would prosper or perish. Because of his presence, many people chose to stay inside. And by presence, I mean him being there with them, not presence as in he brought gifts. That would not be the case. Glad I finished that paragraph. I would have drove right by this interchange. Well, at least I know the Frosty mod works. It was hard to tell when I was downloading it whether or not it was compatible with 1.33, the latest update of American Truck Simulator. Get back out in the middle, I believe, and I'm good to go. And get it down there. Speed limit is 65. I'm going to take a notch off, so I do 64. Get out of the bendy area. So Washington Irving reinvents Christmas. It wasn't until the 19th century that Americans began to embrace Christmas. Americans reinvented Christmas and changed it from... Oops. Gotta be careful here. Going through a windy section. Hold on a sec. They changed it from a raucous carnival holiday into a family-centered day of peace and nostalgia. But what about the 1800s geeked American interest in the holiday? Oh, but what about... Let me reread that. See, I can't even get... my diction is horrible. But what about the 1800s piqued America's interest in the holiday? In the early 19th century, careful. In the early 19th century was a period of class conflict. Boy, I'm all over the road. And turmoil. During that time, unemployment was high and gang rioting by the disenfranchised or the disenchanted classes often occurred during the Christmas season. I'll hop out to the left here. Is there for some reason they're going slower than the posted 75. And if my speed limit's 75, that means the auto speed limit is faster than that, because I have it to show the truck speed limit. Okay, let me get around this RV. In 1828, in New York City, the city council instituted, let me get back over here, instituted the city's first police force in response to a Christmas riot. Oh, nice and windy. Okay, looks like I got an exit coming up. So, New York City had to create a police force due to the riots around Christmas time. That's crazy, actually. I'm in Limon or Lyman. That's cool. I've never been here, so I've just discovered it. Nice little hot dog stand. Fast food joint. Let's see why the light's red. Christmas riot. This catalyzed certain members of the upper classes to begin to change the way Christmas was celebrated in America. In 1819, best-selling author Washington Irving he wrote The Sketchbook of Geoffrey, the Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon Gent, a series of stories about the celebration of Christmas in an English manor house. The sketches feature a squire get back up to speed here. They feature a squire who invited the peasants into his home for the holiday. In contrast, all over the road again. In contrast to the problems faced in American society, the two groups mingled. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta read this part. Okay. The two groups mingled effortlessly. In Irving's mind, Christmas should be a peaceful, fictitious celebrants enjoyed ancient customs, including the crowning of a lord of misrule. Irving's book, however, was not based on any holiday celebration he had attended. In fact, many historians say that Irving's account actually invented traditions by implying that it described the true customs of the season. I should have never attempted this, folks, but there you go. All right, let's hop out here. Look at all the snow. Still all over the road. So, listen, I hope that everybody is going to be doing something and be with somebody, but please understand that not everybody has somebody to be with or that they can be with during the holidays. And it's okay to be alone. It is. It's okay to celebrate alone. Just know that there are people that love you and wish they could be with you. And by you missing them, you're honoring the love that they give you or gave you. Being alone does not mean that there's anything wrong. I've spent Christmases alone. When my first wife and I had split up, I got my son on Christmas Day, and she had him, Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. I got him Christmas Day. And so Christmas Eve and Christmas morning I spent at home alone in my apartment. And I was perfectly fine with that. The idea that you have to be with people is only necessary if you want to be with people. If you can't be with people, if you can't be with people, oh, Kit Carson, cool. That is also okay, because not all circumstances permit you being able to be with the ones you want to be with. As long as you love them and they love you, and you miss them and they miss you, you really are together. I miss my father terribly since he passed away, and every Christmas he spends it with me. I know he's there. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. What a jerk. Did you see that? He literally, even though his lane was ending, kept going. That's the first time I've seen that happen. They usually do a pretty good job adhering to the rules of the road. My goodness. That was very close. But yeah, so I know my father's with me every Christmas. And on Christmas Day, I spend it with my mother and my brother. So what we do is, as a family now, my wife and I, on Christmas Eve, we go over to her aunt's house. Her aunt hosts the Christmas Eve family get-together. And so her mother and father are there, her aunt and uncle, her cousins, her brothers and sister. The nieces and nephews are all there. And some varying family friends who have been around for a long time. And they all get together on Christmas Eve at her aunt's house, and we've been going there every year. She's been going every year regardless. I've been going every year. Oh my goodness, hit the brakes. Blew right through that line. Oh my, I hit the brakes a while back. I do have the brakes set up properly now because I shouldn't have been able to stop on a dime. I was going entirely too fast. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was harrowing. I got to pay more attention here while I'm chatting. That's what I got to do. So, since I've been with her, she's done it all her life. Since I've been with her, we've been going there on Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas morning, we wake up and we exchange gifts. And we do Christmas morning together. And then Christmas afternoon, towards Christmas evening on Christmas Day, we go to my mother and brother's house, and we spend it with them. So, you know, that's our tradition. That's what we do. But spending Christmas alone is, you know, not a big deal. I thought I had the Jake brake set up. Apparently I don't on this profile. Seems like I'm sliding downhill. I could be. Okay, looks like another T section coming up. Would have been fair to pull out in front of the car. Can't tell if that's an intersection or just a sweeping right-hand turn. Looks like it might but just be a sweeping right-hand turn. Right on. So, you know, as I said, I've spent Christmas alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel dire in any way that something is bothering you, you can always reach out to a friend. You can always reach out to a family member. And there are definitely people who will listen to you if you call them. In the same respect, there are hotline numbers that you can call if you feel alone and desperate. And I would urge you to take advantage of those should the need arise. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. And you can feel better. Especially during Christmas. It's a time of love and cheer, happiness. And if you don't feel that way, it's okay. Just know that people love you and care about you. People you've never even met do. I promise you. It's a wonderful world out there. It really is. It's not as dismal as one might think. So let's get into some Christmas facts real quick. Each year, 30 to 35 million real Christmas trees are sold in the United States alone. There are 21,000 Christmas tree farms in the United States, and trees usually grow for about 15 years before they're sold. Today, in Greek and Russian Orthodox churches, Christmas is celebrated 13 days after the 25th, which is also referred to as the Epiphany, or Three Kings Day. This is the day it is believed that the three wise men finally found Jesus in the manger in Nazareth. In the Middle Ages, Christmas celebrations were rowdy and raucous, a lot like today's Mardi Gras parties. Let's see, from 1659 to 1681, the celebration of Christmas was outlawed in Boston, Massachusetts, and lawbreakers were fined 5 shillings. Christmas was declared a federal holiday in the United States on June 26, 1870. So in the middle of the year, somebody went, "Hey, Christmas! Let's take a day off then." Right on. The first eggnog made in the United States was consumed in Captain John Smith's 1607 Jamestown settlement. I did not know that, actually. Poinsettia plants are named after Joel R. Poinsett. Poinsett. There we go. Poinsett. An American minister to Mexico who brought the red and green plant from Mexico to America in 1828. That's cool. Salvation Army has been sending Santa Claus-clad donation collectors into the streets since the 1890s. Rudolph, the most famous reindeer of all, was the product of Robert L. May's imagination in 1939. The copywriter wrote a poem about the reindeer to help lure customers into the Montgomery Ward department stores. That's cool. I just thought it was a song written like, most other ones, like Frosty the Snowman and whatnot. Let's see. Construction workers started the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree tradition in 1931. So if you're from the United States, you know that every year they have a giant Christmas tree in the center of Rockefeller Center, hence the center. And they put up a massive tree. And and it's really beautiful and stuff. 1931, construction workers did it. There you go. Must have been just their way of being festive while they were working in the cold, building up parts of New York City. Kind of neat. Those are all the facts I have. So coming up this week, there'll be no second video today. Christmas Eve, I'm just going to record this one, and I won't record a second one. But next week, I'm going to premiere I don't know if I'm going to do a series on it, or I'm just going to preview it. But it's a game that's unlike any that I've played on the channel before. And I'll leave it at that, and hopefully you'll watch it you'll respond to it well, and you know, to let me know what kind of games I can branch out to, really. But tomorrow is Christmas Day, and the Banished Challenge final video for all the competitors who've made it this far goes up tomorrow, and that's where we'll be tallying up our totals of what we needed to garner for Father Winter to see if we appeased him and to see who won the challenge. So definitely check that video out tomorrow when you have some free time. Nifty little video. Should be fun to watch. On Thursday, we have Depraved at 1 o'clock. And progress, man. It's making progress. City is fleshing out real nice. Get to see a couple of new things. The farms, they've actually unlocked now. I've got enough pioneers. They've unlocked the farms, so I get to take a look at them real quick. But definitely check out that. And at 2 o'clock, Tropical 6. Actually doing since I've restarted the Shackland missions to see if I can make a country populated only with shacks. Yeah, I continue on Thursday at 2 p.m. and you can see my progression and get an idea whether or not I'll actually make it, whether I'll complete the mission. And then on Friday, Prison Architect. The maximum security is completely finished being constructed, and we take a look at some new maximum security prisoners. It's the first time we've seen red uniforms in the prison voluntarily. Well, the prisoners don't volunteer to come in, but I mean, aside from a murder happening and medium security going up to a maximum security, you know what I mean. So yeah, so check it out on Friday at 1 p.m. We're coming into the delivery spot here. Looks like we're coming down this side. Yeah. Enter. I didn't mean to skip it. I wanted to go down to the delivery point. Darn it. All right, so we made 25 grand delivering the toys. We get 940 XP. It's pretty good. Let's continue here. We're going to hop out. Let's go out to the drive. We'll go 2. Right there. Is it this? No, it's not that one. It's not that one. This one. This one. There you go. All right. So there you have it. That's delivery. I do hope you guys and gals have a wonderful day tomorrow. Again, because I celebrate it, Merry Christmas to you and Happy Holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate. I hope you are with your family, friends, and loved ones. And I wish you guys the best of this season, and we will see you in the next video. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, tell your family, tell your friends, and yeah, peace.
That was a failure of epic proportions. Unacceptable.